Hi folks, it's me Michaela and welcome back to my channel. I am here today recovering post cold, so I feel like I sound to myself like I'm inside a marshmallow. I have a lovely cup number like 7,226 of warm water and honey because my throat hates me at the moment, but I did want to make a video, and I've actually been meaning to make this video for a while, and I didn't realize quite how long it's been since I did my last one, but I do have a book haul for you today. I don't like doing book hauls all too often. I don't like to be too consumery, and I also just don't think I like buy enough books myself to be doing book hauls all that often, but I do still like to do a book haul every now and then because I also think it's nice to see what people are like choosing to pick up and add to their collections and what people are interested in reading and stuff. So I do like to watch a book haul every now and then. So I also like to make a book haul every now and then. And I knew it was like a while since I did my last book haul. In a way too, it also felt like I was putting off doing one because I was like, oh, I just did a book haul. I just did one. I don't want to do one again so recently after doing one. And then I checked and I think my last one was like June of 2025. So it's been like 8 months. So I now have quite a few books to talk about. We're gonna kind of speed run this, but if anything's like a little extra interesting, I'll let you know. But for the most part, my plan is just to let you know what I've added to my book collection since June of last year. Hopefully I didn't miss any books. I don't think I did. I tried to be thorough with going through and remembering what I purchased since the last time I let you guys know what books I got. But let's just get into it. Like why am I yip yapping away when my body hates my yip yapping right now? So the first book I have here, Greta and Valdin by Rebecca K. Reilly. And this is actually, I got this in end July. I bought this as a plane book to read while I was going to be traveling on a plane all day, and absolutely loved it. I read it in August. It was one of my top books of 2025. I think it was a great read. I kind of picked it up on a whim. So glad I did because I ended up loving it, and I'm definitely needing to look into more of Rebecca K. Reilly's works because I really enjoyed her writing style. And then have some more general fiction. It's like kind of organized here by genre, like a little bit ish, kind of maybe, but I have Among Friends by Hal Ebbott. This is like probably the only book I can say is definitely an impulse purchase. I'm not really an impulse purchase kind of person. I don't like doing impulse purchases. I usually end up regretting it. I'm more of a like stew on it for a week and then go back and buy it because I still want it kind of person. But I did just go to the bookstore one day and I was like, I just want to browse and just buy a book. Like I just like wanted that experience, and I saw this book and it intrigued me, so I decided to pick it up. It's a cute little baby hardback, which I love, and I'm kind of like a person who likes to read books blind, but I believe this is kind of a book about messy rich people potentially, which like kind of my vibe. I do need to read that. I think I put that on my 26 books in 2026 potentially, maybe. So the next two kind of go together, and this is two books by Elif Batuman. So I went to Indigo and I got either or because this hardback was on sale for $8. And if you're from Canada, you know, like a hardback is $35 to $40 because, I don't know, they hate us here or something. Yeah, see, like this full price would be $36. So I got it for $8 and I was like, oh my god, amazing. This is the same author who wrote The Idiot. I did not realize that this is a sequel to The Idiot. I didn't realize it was a series. So I then went and bought The Idiot. Now, does it bother me that this is a paperback and that's a hardcover? Yes. Am I getting over it because I got that one for $8? Also yes. So this is one that I don't even want to say I soft DNF'd it because I think it was almost more of like an accidental DNF. I didn't like pick it up for a few days and then I felt like it's been too long since I picked it up. I don't remember what I was reading, left more and more time, and then I fell into a reading slump, and then I never picked it up again. And so I would like try to read some of this each night, and I'd read like one page and fall asleep. So it was just like taking me so long to get anywhere, and then I felt like because I was reading it while I was so tired, I wasn't really like comprehending anything properly. Like I wasn't actually like taking anything in. I was just reading it and being like, yeah, those were words without like understanding it, you know? So I do need to restart this. I feel like it's been like a long enough time now since I read it that I don't feel guilty about having to put the time in to read what I already read in this book. I do want to read this. I do think I'm going to like it when I do get back to it, but I need to restart it. And that's one of my goals for 2026 is to finally get this off of my like currently reading list, because it's still there on all of my reading tracking apps as like, it just haunts me as like the book I never finished. That and Oathbound, but I don't talk about Oathbound. I'm not talking about Oathbound. So next up, I have Not Quite Dead Yet by Holly Jackson. Why am I holding this like why am I like this? Not Quite Dead Yet by Holly Jackson. This was a book that I got 50% off hardcover for a Boxing Day sale when I went to Indigo, and then it was my first read of 2026, and I made a brand new murder board trying to solve it. So if you are interested in watching me try to solve crime while holding a wooden spoon, I'll link that for you. But this was like a really fun read. Not like my favorite mystery ever, but it was really entertaining. It definitely was entertaining, and I definitely had a lot of fun reading it. I then have another mystery book here, The Last Devil to Die by Richard Osman. This is the 4th book in the Thursday Murder Club. I've been reading this series for years, and I'm always behind. I'm like always at like 2 books behind in this series. So I did get this as a Christmas gift from my parents. My mom, she saw my video where I was ranting about how they updated the paperback covers of the Thursday Murder Club, and I hated them now, and I couldn't get The Last Devil Die to match my other books, and she went to all of these different bookstores to find one with the old cover for me so that it still matches my other books, which is like fantastic. Thank you, Mom. So this is actually going to be coming up on my to reads very, very soon. It's going to be featured in a video, potentially. Finally working on a reading vlog. I know I haven't made one in like ages, but it just like has not... the reading vlog energy just has not been happening for me recently, so I've been avoiding it. So moving on to some romance books, I do have here Face Off by Chelsea Curto. This book the density of this book shocks me every time I pick it up. Like, it does not look like it should be this heavy, but it is. There's something about this paper that's just hefty. But this is a book that my friend Melina got me as a birthday gift. And it's like, I've been looking at the Chelsea Curto books for like ages, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll try, that author out. It seems like people really like the DC Star series, and I wanted to give it a go, and I just like never got the book, and now my friend Melina got it for me, so now I have to read it, and I want to read it. I'm excited to read it. I just need to find the right moment when I feel ready to add yet another series to my never-ending series spreadsheet, I then have the last 2 books in Chestnut Springs. I got both Reckless and Hopeless, so I have the full set of Chestnut Springs books now, and I actually have read both of these. I finished reading Hopeless just earlier this morning, so I have officially finished Chestnut Springs, which is very exciting. So I'm now only a full Elsie Silver series behind, because I think her Rose Hill series is now done and there's a new series starting. Guys, I'm inevitably always just trying to catch up in my reading constantly. I will never be on track with everything, but I kind of like having a nice backlist of Elsie Silver to read, because I do love Elsie Silver. I did buy and read Reckless, and then separately bought and read Hopeless, and I really liked both. I'd say I kind of liked Hopeless a bit more than Reckless. I felt like there was a little bit too much miscommunication going on in Reckless for me to like really love it, but it's Elsie Silver, and I love Elsie Silver. Oh, that didn't sound good. I think I broke something. Yeah, we'll check it out later. Moving on to this second. I am so weak. Okay, my second stack of books. The first one here, this was another gift from Melina for my birthday. She also got me Red Rising by Pierce Brown. She's been telling me, like, girl, you have to read this book. And I was like, I've been thinking about reading that book, but I wasn't sure about it because it's sci-fi. And she's like, no, you have to read this book. You have to read this series. So I was like, okay, I need to. And then she got it for me for my birthday. So now, like, I really need to. And I'm really excited to. I think, like, this is probably going to be, like, a springtime read for me. Maybe I'll start it, just because it's like I feel like right now I've been really into more mystery and romance stuff again recently. I haven't really been itching for that like kind of sci-fi fantasy as much, but I think once I am in the mood for sci-fi fantasy, this is going to be up next on the docket, you know? As you know, I have been making my way through Throne of Glass, and so since June, I did buy Queen of Shadows, and I did make a vlog for Queen of Shadows. This is a chunky book. And then I did also in December, I believe, buy the next 2 books, Empire of Storms and Tower of Dawn. This is going to be my next reading vlog for Throne of Glass. I'm going to be doing the tandem read. I'm scared. I'm nervous about the tandem read, but I'm going to attempt the tandem read of Empire of Storms and Tower of Dawn, so it's why I bought both. Probably going to be a really long vlog when I finally get to it. I think soon. March, maybe? Guys, I'm trying to be hopeful, but like, I have this tendency to like put things off that I'm excited for because I'm worried that they're not going to live up to my expectations. And this is kind of like one of them. It's like, I'm excited to make it, but I'm like scared to make the vlog too because I have really high hopes for like these books in the vlog and what I want it to be and how the tandem read is going to go. And so I've just been putting it off in case it like doesn't meet my expectations, but then I just kind of overthink everything and spiral slightly out of control. So I do have those, which means that after this I only have like one more Throne of Glass book to buy, but I'm not going to be doing that until I finish doing like this tandem read. I don't like buying books in series until I kind of need to. I don't like having too many unread books on my shelves, so I also don't like buying like a full series at once. It's just like not my personal book buying habits. I kind of prefer to like read the book I have and then decide, do I want to continue? Do I want the next book? Because also sometimes it's like I have series where I'm still reading them. I think like the Lane Winslow mystery series is a great example of this. I own the first book. I'm still reading that series, but I don't like it enough that I want to buy every single book physically in that series. So I've been reading it digitally from the library because I don't see myself rereading the series at all either, which is like a huge factor I try to think of when buying books. If I'm buying like the physical book, I think like, is this a book that I want to own because I think I'm really gonna like it, I think I'm gonna reread it, or I think it's going to be like significant enough to me that it's something I want to physically own and show on my shelves. There's like kind of like criteria I think about when I want to buy a book to try and avoid, again, like impulse purchasing and like buying books and then regretting it, or getting like a way too big physical TBR and then getting too overwhelmed to do anything about it and then being sad because I have way too many books on my physical TBR. This is all just like personal preference stuff. Like if you do differently, you do you. I love that. Just personally, I don't want to be spending my money on books and then never reading them and then being like, oh, I wish I didn't buy that 2 years ago and instead waited. And then I have finally some more romantasy. I did get Fourth Wing in 2025, and I did this as a buddy read with my friend Melina, and I actually like surprisingly liked it. I probably should try and read Iron Flame maybe in 2026. I don't know if I'm gonna buy Iron Flame, if I want to own all the books. I bought the first book in hardcover because I felt that like Fourth Wing in the book world just had like some kind of like cultural significance that if I felt like I wanted to own it to represent that. I don't know if that makes any sense. It's kind of like the same as like the Hunger Games. Like I own the Hunger Games because it's like, wow, that was like a really big like book moment that I remember, and I like owning those books. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna buy the rest of the books or read them digitally. My only thing is that these are pretty chunky books. Fantasy books tend to be bigger, and I kind of struggle to read digitally, and the bigger the book, the more I struggle reading digitally. So I think like if I did read these digitally through like Libby or something, that it would potentially like affect my feelings towards the reading experience. So I'm still undecided if I'm going to like buy the rest of the Fourth Wing, what is it called, like the Empyrean Cycle, whatever it's called, series, or read it digitally. On the fence about it, which is probably why I haven't continued in the series. And then finally, I have both books here in the Fae and Alchemy series by Callie Hart. This is Quicksilver. So I have Quicksilver here, which I'm currently doing a reread of. I'm halfway through. It's taking me like a long time because this is like my home book. I only read this in the evenings when I'm home because I don't like having to carry a hardcover back and forth to work just to read for like 20 minutes when I'm there. Doesn't feel worth it. But I am doing my reread of Quicksilver, and then I'm going to be doing my first reading of Brimstone. I wanted to like get the story back in my head. I read Quicksilver for the first time, I think, in like May or early June of 2025. So it has been like quite a while since I read it. And I also read it the first time digitally. So I wanted to read it physically now that I bought the book for myself. And because like I said, I also like reading physically better. I also like rereading books. So I was like kind of excited to reread a story that I found really entertaining the first time I read it. And then I decided to pre-order Brimstone. This came out in November. Have not read it yet. I feel like I've seen kind of mixed reviews about Brimstone. Personally, I feel pretty lighthearted about this series, and I don't really have super high expectations other than to be entertained. So I'm hoping I'm really gonna like Brimstone, but we'll see. I think, however, that is all of the books that I bought since June and my last book haul. So I'm gonna wrap this up really quick because my voice hates me right now. And I think if I talk any longer, despite having the gift of gab and yapping nonstop, usually I just don't think I got it in me today. Sorry guys. If you happen to like the video, make sure to give it a like, give it a little thumbs up. If you happen to like me, consider subscribing. I'd be happy to have you. Let me know, what books have you recently purchased? What are your personal like rules or guidelines for like making you decide to buy a book physically? Do you love to do just like impulse shopping and browsing the bookstore, or do you like go with, you know, like your list and your purpose? You get in, you get out, you buy what you need. I would love to know your thoughts down below. And with that, I hope you're having a wonderful day today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.